Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you're new here, hello. And if you're not new here and you're coming back, then also hi and thanks for checking back in. So this video will be going over Pidgeot. Pidgeot was shit. Pidgeot has been shit since Gen 1. They gave it a Mega. It was okay. And that's about it. It's shit. It was bad. It was objectively outclassed by Furo in Gen 1, and it's been kind of worse than Furo ever since. And Furo wasn't even great, so that's saying a lot. And then they had even more normal flying types and more regional birds that were all just better. The Mega design is pretty cool. And it did give it some viability, but it didn't do that much. I mean, I think it was pretty good in UU just because it was quick and it just had the spammable hurricanes and shit, but we have much cooler things than no guard hurricane, okay? Trust me. So you might be thinking, by looking at it, oh, where's the no guard? That's what Mega Pidgeot did. Stay tuned because these abilities are better in pretty much every way, and they also fit more. I didn't really like no guard on it. I think they just gave it to it literally because they were like, how do we make Pidgeot good? And they just threw it on there, which is fine. It's just kind of obvious to me that that's what they did because no guard doesn't. I don't know. No guard is kind of an ability that just fucking means nothing. Like you can put it on a lot of stuff, but in this case, we have something worth noting is that I have made it so Mega Evolutions are not objectively better than the pre-evolved or pre-Mega Evolved forms, the base forms. In fact, in a lot of cases, the Mega is actually not as good as the pre-Mega because the pre-Mega can hold an item. Like, for example, in this case, Standard Pidgeot can hold an item. Standard Pidgeot has different abilities. Standard Pidgeot has different stats. Sometimes the Megas have different typings, that kind of thing. So it's more of a situational thing. And obviously, Mega Pidgeot is much faster and much stronger, but that's not everything. A lot of the times, items are really important. You're going to want a specific item for a specific battle, that kind of thing. And you also might want to run a Mega on a different Pokemon, but you still want to use your Pidgeot. Then there you go. You can alternate the Megas. And in this case, one of the more important buffs is for base Pidgeot, so that's what I'm going to cover first. Before I can do that, though, I'm going to quickly touch on the pre-evolutions, who are kind of boring, but they're there. So the whole line has Defiant. I think that's just a fitting ability for them and their personality and their Pokedex entries. Something really important that I had to do was balance all of the normal and flying type Pokemon. Hold on, let me go to the list. I have a list of them. A lot of them are different types now, so now there is only 7 normal and flying type Pokemon. Pidgeot, Fearow, Swellow, Staraptor, Chatot, Unpheasant, and Toucannon. And all of them have very different traits and very different options, and none of them outclass one another, and I'm very happy with how they're going to turn out. I'm not going to spoil any abilities yet, but just take my word for it when I say that they don't outclass one another. And that's only 7. There was way more in the past, but a lot of them got retyped. Not a lot, but like 3 or 4 of them got retyped. So yeah, that's really fun. Where do I go from here? Defiant is great ability. Let me type in. It just fits their personality. I mean, they're super territorial. They down their prey with claws. It's very fast. Pidgeot is like the same shit. It intimidates the foes. However, a big difference with Pidgeot, well, not only does it say it flies at Mach 2 speed and it's super quick and it's super strong, this is also why it's a mixed attacker, because here a lot of entries talk about how it's able of like making wind kill bending tall trees. So that's why it's a mixed attacker, as opposed, and also because Mega Pidgeot is mixed, or was a special attacker, so I figured make base Pidgeot mixed. It fits pretty well. So God, they're so fun to use. So yeah, Pidgeot, huge glow up for Pidgeot. So pre-evolutions, they're just fast mixed attackers. They have Defiant. They have a new ability called Bird's Eye View. It's just clear body. It's just a nice ability for a lot of early game birds. It's nice because they can, they're ignoring Charm, they're ignoring Tickle, all of the debuffing moves that literally every Pokemon has at least one debuffing move by level up. And then they also have like Parting Shot by TM. So being completely immune to those is always nice to have. Similarly, Defiant works in the same way that it punishes that debuffing moves, but instead of becoming immune, it gives you a +2 attack boost. So, if you're running a special set, you're going to want Bird's Eye View. You're running a physical set, you're going to want Defiant, whatever it is. If you don't want that defense drop or you don't want that speed drop, you run Bird's Eye View. If you are okay with the drop, but you want an attack boost, run Defiant. You have infinite ability capsules, so you can swap between them. And Pidgeot will evolve at 36, which is a very fair level, given that these stats are pretty solid. It's pretty quick, pretty strong. And once you get Pidgeot, it is amazing. So Pidgeot retains Defiant, which is again an amazing ability. Tons of new moves drop stats by 1. I'll show a list of them. If I can go, actually I'm already on it because I was looking them up earlier. So in another video. Here, please tell me I'm recording. I am. I don't know why I get paranoid like that sometimes. So you have all of these moves drop an offensive stat by 1. All of these moves drop a defense stat by 1, and all of these moves drop speed by 1. So as you can see, there's a lot of common moves that do that, and a lot of other moves have chances to drop, like high chances to drop stats. And then there's a bunch of utility moves that drop stats. So I can go to those if this would load, please. Tons of new moves. Hold on, stat. Here we go. Yeah, stat lowering. So you got the reworked ones, which are just ones that like are either new moves entirely or like moves that did not like are severely reworked, meaning like they're just heavily reworked. Then you have all the regular ones. There's a lot of them, all right, lots of them, and there's also a couple more. Like, actually, no, Parting Shot is here. Never mind. Yeah, all of these moves. If any of these moves get used on Pidgeot, you get +2 attack. Boom. So that's great, and it's very quick. So that's another important thing. So Pidgeot, again, it says it moves at max speed. It should have over 120 base speed easily. So I could have actually gone much faster on it. However, what I ended up doing was I ran 122 speed with speed boost. So similar to Rapidash, what you can do, if you've watched a Rapidash video, is you can run bulky sets with Pidgeot. Because you have a good typing and you have 83, 80, 80 bulk, which is not great on paper. It's solid, but it's not great. But when you invest into that, you become really tanky. So you can run 0 speed investment. In fact, let me put this in perspective really quickly. So you can, again, you can either run Defiant sets, you know, with ability capsules. Let's say you know that there's an Intimidate Pokemon on that guy's team, or you know that they're going to lead off with a Leer Pokemon, whatever the fuck it is. Then you can run Defiant. You know, then you can run a physical sweeping set and you get extremely powerful, extremely strong, really quickly. 122 base speed, 95 attack at +2 is very quick and very strong. And you have a lot of good coverage moves. I'll cover those later. So just stay tuned for those. But it's kind of, it's just a bird, so there wasn't too much I could do, but I gave it what I could justify, what I could logically reach. You know, it's got fighting moves, it's got bug moves, it's got steel moves, it's got fire moves, it's got ghost moves, and that's about it, really. Not too much else. What was I saying? Yeah, speed boost. So 122 base speed. Let's say you have a neutral nature Pidgeot, all right? And you are running 0 speed investment. 0. You're still hitting 420 speed. Hold on, I have to sneeze, excuse me. Oh, fuck me, it went away. I hate that feeling. You guys probably know that feeling. Oh, I hate that. Whatever. Oh, that's so irritating. So, yeah, 122 base speed, excellent. With 0 speed EVs, you're still extremely fast after just 1 turn. Of course, you can use Protect to get that instant speed boost, or you can just, you know, set up on that first turn. You can use Bulk Up. You can use Swords Dance on that first turn. You can use a debuffing move. You can use Battle Cry, whatever it is, whatever you want to do. Stuff like Sky Drop and Fly is also nice for speed boost because you'll be getting stat speed boost over during those turns. So Fly is 80 base power, 2-turn move that will give you +1 accuracy after you use it, which is not amazing, but that's nice for like Dive Bomb and some other stuff, Hurricane, whatever. It's niche, but it's there. It's mostly good for like Hustle Bonds and stuff, but it's there. And then you have Sky Drop, which is really strong, 95 base power, stronger than Dual Wing Beat technically, but the downside is this fails on mons that outweigh you significantly. I forget the exact formula, but it's kind of a weird move to use. You would have to like look up what Pokemon you can Sky Drop and which Pokemon you can't, and then make that choice based on that. It's kind of annoying, but that's fair because it's very powerful, 95 base power. And you will get 2 speed boost turns during that turn, and the opponent can't even attack during those. So it's not even like Fly, where, example, they could set up when you're in the air. In this case, they can't do anything. So as long as you can pick them up. So that's really cool. What was I trying to say? So say for hypothetically, your Pidgeot is minus speed nature. So let's just put quiet nature, and then 0 speed IV. So you have a really, really, really slow Pidgeot. After 1 speed boost, you're still hitting 336 speed. And that's good. That's like equal to what, 100 maxed out, I think? $336, right? Yeah, so you're at like 105. 102? Yeah, you're still outspeeding 103 base Pokemon after 1 speed boost with minimum speed Pidgeot. Absolute bare minimum terrible luck Pidgeot. Obviously, most likely you won't be getting that bad luck. It's very unlikely to get that. And if you're not doing a Nuzlocke, then just catch another one. And if you're doing a Nuzlocke, then yeah, maybe just don't use it. Or you can still make use of it, is my point. So that's how amazing Speed Boost is. And the best part is you can then invest into your defenses and become significantly tankier than you might think you are just by looking at the stats. And you have access to Battle Cry, which drops both offenses by 1. You have Feather Dance earlier, which is just -2 attack. You have stuff like Feather Ball and Parting Shot and all that stuff is debuffing. Very, very useful to have. So that's all great stuff with Speed Boost. And again, Bulk Up, Swords Dance is chef's kiss with Speed Boost. Amazing stuff right there. You can run a bulky set, you can run that Swords Dance, and then you can also run E-Speed Killer, Swords Dance E-Speed. That's amazing. zero, like you can run 0 speed investment, speed boost, extreme speed, dive bomb, close combat, and then bulk up or swords dance, and you're a big, that's all you need. And you can also swap your coverage around a little bit. You can also run roost. That's another great thing with the bulky sets. You can really take advantage of roost. So that's awesome stuff right there. And that alone makes base Pidgeot really good, despite the fact that 95-90 offenses aren't that great. You have a lot of boosting options, and you have a lot of stat utility options, and you have a lot of it's just a very good utility sweeping setup type Pokemon. So that's awesome for base Pidgeot. And then of course, Mega Pidgeot has two new abilities. One of which is a new ability called Garden Gale, repurposed from Delta Stream. So what that will do is essentially mean that your Mega Pidgeot has no weaknesses. And oh my god, a lot of people are going to be pogging at the no weaknesses. Holy shit, no weaknesses! Oh my god. People think that's like the best thing in the world. It's really not. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's very good. I don't want to undersell it, but I also don't want to oversell it because people really just. I feel like people just lose their minds when they hear no weaknesses because a lot of people's brains are hardwired to just think of super effective button, because that's what the games teach people. Because the games are so fucking easy, every single person who doesn't do super into competitive and they're just playing the main games is just going to click that super effective button each time. Unga bunga. So yeah, having the weaknesses is still nice though, of course. Like I'm not trying to say that's bad or anything. It's not as amazing as you might think. It's still very good though. Very, very useful. It has no weaknesses, all right? It is neutral to fighting type because of the normal typing, but it's immune to a ghost. So that is a big trade, very fair trade in my opinion. I would much rather be weak. I would take being immune to ghost and neutral to fighting any day. Any day. I would take being 4 times weak to fighting for a ghost immunity any day, because you still have that utility of just switching into ghost types, who again are some of the best offensive types in the game because they're unresisted by. Literally, they hit 16 out of 20 types, 16 out of 18 types through neutral damage. So being immune to ghost is great. All types are very good. What was I trying to say there? Yeah, you have Garden Gale, so that is a great option, and you can actually do something really cool. So both of your abilities on Pidgeot are excellent on Mega Pidgeot. Let me rephrase that. That didn't make sense. If you're running Mega Pidgeot, you can wait to Mega Evolve and take advantage of Defiant and Speed Boost and then Mega Evolve. So both of your abilities will benefit Mega Pidgeot greatly, and that's really awesome. So what you can essentially do is you can use Defiant, and then you can, stay pre-Mega. You can use Swords Dance, whatever you want to do, especially because your physical bulk is the same, so there's no benefit to Mega Evolving bulk-wise, except for a little bit more special defense. So if you're not attacking, and your speed you're already faster than what's in front of you, there's no reason to Mega Evolve yet if you're not attacking yet. So you can stay in, get that Defiant boost, or wait to get that Defiant boost. Say for example, they're using a move that has a chance to drop your defense or special attack or whatever. You can just set up your Swords Dances or your Roosts or your Battle Cries or whatever you want to do while they're hitting you, and then hope for that stat drop. Of course, though, it's better when it's consistent with stuff like Intimidate and all of the moves I showed you guys earlier in the video. So that's great. Get that +2 attack boost, then you Mega Evolve. So that makes your 116 base attack on Mega Pidgeot very viable, despite being 20 points lower than your special attack. So that's awesome stuff right there. 145 base speed, 116 attack at a +2 boost, and then you have Garden Gale, no weaknesses. It's very powerful. Very awesome stuff right there. I know I've been saying it a lot, but it's just very cool. And then your other amazing ability, so what you can do is, again, do that speed boost stuff. You can run that bulky set with speed boost and really take advantage of that. And then you can Mega Evolve. So for example, you can run, like I said earlier, 0 speed investment with your base 145 speed. Dude, at this point, you do not need speed investment. If you're not instantly Mega Evolving, which don't get me wrong, there will be cases where you'll need to instantly Mega Evolve to instantly outspeed something or instantly just have the power to kill something. I'm not saying this is an every single battle situation, but a lot of cases you can really get away with not Mega Evolving right away, getting a couple speed boost turns, even just 1 speed boost. So if you have, again, earlier, like I said, that really shitty Pidgeot where you have like a minus speed nature and 0 speed IVs, you're still hitting 397 speed after a single turn of speed boost, so it's like you're still outspeeding fucking everything, and that's worst case. So neutral nature even with 0 IVs is 442, and then with 31 IVs, I mean, you don't need speed investment. It's complete overkill on Mega Pidgeot. So that's awesome to have, and you can run a really bulky set. So your 83, 80, 90 bulk becomes much better just because you don't need to run speed investment on speed boost sets. And then you can Mega Evolve and get access to Serene Grace, which first and foremost is good just for flinch hacks bullshit. It's extremely quick. It can flinch everything to death. That's number 1, all right? I'm going to be blunt because everybody knows what Serene Grace is good for. It's good for flinching shit, but it's also good for other stuff. So quickly, I'll just talk about the moves that can flinch that it has. So Air Cutter isn't relevant. Air Slash, well, Air Cut is good for early game, but Air Slash, 60% flinch rate, obviously. Dual Wing Beat actually has a 20% flinch rate per hit. Rather, sorry, 15%, I believe. So if you times that by 2, it's a 27% chance because of the way the math works out. You can watch a couple of my other videos. I explain it better. I'm not going to waste time talking about it. But 27% flinch rate times 2. Actually, the math might be different than that. It would be 30 times... hold on, I forget the exact format. I'm too lazy to figure it out right now. I have it. I know how to do it. I'm just performance anxiety. Doesn't matter. My point is, you have definitely over a 50% chance to flinch with Dual Wing Beat. About a 54% chance to flinch with Dual Wing Beat, and again, that hits twice. So that's great. Sky Attack and Razor Wind are not that great on Mega Pidgeot because you can't run Power Air, but they're still there, especially if running a bulkier set, and those have a 60% chance to flinch. So that's why I'm mentioning them. And then you have Double Edge, which has a 50% chance without Serene Grace to drop defense. So with Serene Grace Double Edge, you're always dropping defense after use. So that is really powerful. On Roost sets, if you're running Roost to Roost off that recoil and you can use Double Edge, it's really, really powerful with Serene Grace sets. So that Defiant, that Speed Boost into Serene Grace with Swords Dance or whatever, you can really start, or Bulk Up rather, probably better in that case. That's awesome stuff right there. I know I'm repeating myself a lot with that phrase, but I don't know what else to say. Mirror Move, Z Mirror Move is very nice. Z Mirror Move will give you +2 attack, so that works great with Speed Boost sets on base Pidgeot, as well as Defiant sets, but mostly Speed Boost sets. So you can use a bulky set with Z Mirror Move, get that +2 attack boost early, because you will probably have Z Mirror Move before you get the Swords Dance TM. If I had to go off the top of my head, you'll probably be getting Swords Dance, Bulk Up, Nasty Block, Calm Mind TMs in the mid 40s, roughly speaking. Obviously, the level curves are up for... that's for future me to worry about. I'll be doing that after I finish all the mon changes. But yeah, Double Edge is great with Serene Grace. Brave Bird, I believe, has a 30% chance to drop defense now. Let me double check. Yep, 30% chance, so that becomes 60% with Serene Grace, so that's great. And then you have, if I could go to Pokemon changes, please. You have Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind has a 30% chance to boost all your stats by 1 with Serene Grace. That's insane. The Weather Ball under Weather will have a 100% chance to drop a special defense by 1. Why did I say a special defense? Drop special defense by 1, okay? Hurricane has a 60% flinch rate as well. Focus Blast has a 60% chance to drop special defense with Serene Grace. And that's about it with Serene Grace. So it's not anything like insane. It's just annoying flinch bullshit. It's annoying, but if you're worried about that flinching your team to death, you have plenty of priority moves by TM and Tutor. You have Shockwave, Draco Jet, Sucker Punch, First Impression all by Tutor, and then you have a bunch by Level Up. TM and Tutor rather, and then you have a bunch by Level Up. Every Pokemon for the most part gets at least 1 priority move by Level Up. And you can also just run a Scarf Wand to outspeed it. You can run up, whatever else you want to do. You can just run a Pokemon that doesn't give a fuck if it gets flinched, whatever you want to do. So, yeah. What the fuck is this remix? Jesus. Terrible. No offense to that creator. I'm sorry. No, it's not. It sounded offbeat, and then I just heard like the Jigglypuff sound, and I was like, yeah, that's awful. Sorry. So that's really about it. I mean, again, 145 base speed, even unboosted, that's extremely powerful and fast. So you don't need, again, like I said, you don't need to do that pre-mega shenanigan stuff. It's very good, and the smarter players will definitely take advantage of those, but you don't need to do that. You can just click the Mega Evolve button turn 1, and there will definitely be situations where you're going to want to do that. And in that case, you are outspeeding all of these Pokemon below you. It's a lot of Pokemon. So currently you are tied for the 3rd fastest Pokemon in Hack. Obviously, there will be much more going up here and as we add more and more Pokemon, but that's awesome. And it fits, obviously. I mean, look at them and their dex entries and stuff. Can I go back, please? Please. Thank you. Also Baton Pass. Baton Pass is not as overpowered as you might think because I actually nerfed it so that it's negative priority. So that's a buff if you're using it like Teleport as a pivot, but it's a nerf if you're trying to pass speed. So you are going to have to take 2 hits, but it's still really, really buff beneficial. So you can use Swords Dance or Bulk Up with Speed Boost and Baton Pass those boosts off to a teammate, and you can pass speed that way. Very useful stuff there. That's about it. Really not too much to talk about. Just very strong, very, very powerful, very fun to use. Much better than it used to be. great Pokemon. Yeah, thanks for listening. I hope this was informative. If you enjoyed this, if you are new to my channel and you just watched this, possibly recommended, feel free to join my Discord server. You can chat with people in there. You can chat with me in there. You can see updates on the hack. And if you are returning and you watched all the way through, thank you. I appreciate you very much. Yeah, thanks everybody. See you guys. I'll be recording Furo next, literally right after this. So.